When you think of compact performance sedans, what comes to mind? Maybe the BMW M3, Audi IS4, and Mercedes C63 AMG. For decades, Germany owned this space, a sweet spot where luxury met speed, precision, and aggression. They set the gold standard, and everyone else, well, they just tried to keep up. Each had its own unique character. The M3 with its 8 screaming ITBs, RS4 with its quattro handling, and the C63, a tire-shredding muscle car with a heart of thunder. The Germans weren't just making cars, they were crafting icons. But in 2008, something unexpected happened. Lexus, yes, Lexus, dropped a bombshell, the ISF, a 5-litre V8 sleeper that came out of nowhere and dared to challenge the old regime. While not perfect, it was raw, unique, and full of character. But there was one feature of the ISF that truly set it apart: its dependability. The 5-litre V8 up front delivered the same performance as the Germans, but unlike its chief rivals, it actually spent more time out on the road rather than at the dealership for repairs, meaning more time to enjoy its simply superb driving characteristics. But in my mind though, the problem with this phenomenal ISF was that Lexus didn't replace it. The GSF that was supposed to replace the ISF by that time was going after twin turbocharged M5s and RS6s with a 5-litre V8 developed in the mid-2000s. It was just never going to work. But now in 2025, Lexus has been presented with a unique opportunity. As the M3, the RS4 and the C63's engines have become smaller and even more complex than they already were, the market is calling for the world's most reliable manufacturer to shake things up again. The new IS is a gorgeous car. It just needs that heart of gold that made the ISF great. And finally, Lexus has delivered. This is the new Lexus IS500. And believe me, we will never see a car like this again. Under the bonnet we find the same 2UR GSE 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 that's been tried and tested in every F car before this. But in this, guys, it's making a whopping 352 kilowatt of 472 horsepower and 535 newton meters of torque. That is significantly more than the old ISF, and boy do you feel it. This car will do 0 to 100 in just 4.6 seconds. And while that might be nearly a second slower than the equivalent C63 or M3 from today, those cars with their paltry 4 and 6 cylinder engines just don't sound like this NA V8, man. A modern turbocharged 6 might be more efficient, but all the air that's going into the engine has got to travel through what feels like kilometres worth of piping. And as a result, when all is said and done, all you end up hearing is just vacuum cleaner noise. Whereas this literally has a pipe designed to pipe as much engine noise into the cabin as humanly possible. As a result, at any moment when you put your foot down, you get to enjoy the sonorous racket of 8 cylinders gulping in dozens of cubic meters of air a second. And if the induction isn't loud enough for you, then you can do what the owner of this car has done and install an aftermarket catback exhaust, which is ear-shatteringly amazing to hear going past at full chat. The IS500 is what you get when a manufacturer designs a car for real enthusiasts and not just a spec sheet. The interior is a bit dated. If you were put into a coma in 2015 and woke up today behind the wheel of this IS500, you'd think you'd been asleep for 10 months. not 10 years. But in some ways, that is this car's greatest asset because it's gimmickless. You don't have to go hunting through menus to find adjustments for the dual zone climate or heated and cooled seats. They're all right here. Instead of a dial or button to change gears, you have an old-fashioned lever. You cannot mess it up. The gauges are digital, but that awesome physical ring that slides from side to side helps the graphics to stand the test of time. The steering wheel is beyond simple. Radio, phone, screen, safety features. And if you connect up Apple CarPlay to the screen in the middle, it literally has every useful feature of a car released today, but with none of the stupid touchscreen drawbacks. It feels like a cockpit in here, not a computer lab. And that fighter jet sensation continues with the rest of the driving experience. A modern M3 doesn't let you smack it off rev limiter like that. And the upshifts are so smooth, the only way you know that it's actually changing gear is by listening into the fake engine noise that's being piped through the speakers. The feedback that the car gives you just feels fake and digitized, like you have to learn how the car operates rather than just inherently knowing based on what the chassis is telling you. But with the IS500, if you forget to upshift, well, it'll just sit on limiter. And when you do, you feel it. There's a pop from the exhaust and a vibration through the chassis. Short of a manual transmission, this is unquestionably the most engaging gearbox you will ever come across in a modern car. Every shift you hear and you feel like you're a part of the mechanical process. It just draws you so much closer to the phenomenal driving experience of this car. The steering, while electric, is some of the best I've seen in a modern car. You just feel what the front end is doing, and it's reasonably quick, but not so quick to the point where it's hard to control. And if the back end steps out, which it likes to do given it's got a factory LSD and only two 65 wide tyres in the back, when it does, you feel it coming through the chassis. You don't have to react to your nose pointing at the bank. You just feel it coming, counter steer, and then carry on. You just feel at one with the machine. This has got to be one of the most fun, raw, and engaging new cars that you can buy in a world where everything is going turbocharged, quiet, dulled down, fake sound, fake steering feel. This feels alive. It feels like an analog machine, like you are truly in control. There's no electronics to get in the way. It is just you and a naturally aspirated 5-litre V8. By way of analogy, it feels like most brands' new cars are like Apple Watches. They certainly don't just tell the time anymore. They're a personal assistant and a fitness tracker and a means of communication and entertainment and a sleep tracker. They do everything. But as a result, an Apple Watch from a few years ago is worthless. It's out of date, no longer current. The IS500, it's like a Casio watch. It perfectly balances timelessness with a few modern features like a stopwatch, a timer, and a world clock. It's expertly crafted to imperfection. Is the IS500 the best sports sedan ever made? No, of course not. It's got a thirsty V8, a clunky transmission, and a dated interior. It feels like a brand new 10-year-old car. But 10 years ago was when the greatest sports sedans ever to hit the road went out of production, and their modern equivalents have never quite lived up to the V8 era. The IS500 is basically an ISF with just enough changes to deliver the refinement and features that you expect from a 2020s car, but the drive harks back to the raw and engaging era of the 2010s. But the best part is, it's still a Lexus IS. Put it back into drive, normal mode, move the gauges over to the middle again, and it becomes a family sedan. There will never be a car like this again. And if you're in New Zealand and you want one of these, and trust me, you do, then Lexus of Wellington is the place to get one. They've hooked me up with this IS500 you've seen today, and they're continuing to bring in more from Japan. All the cars are high-grade, hand-picked examples that once they arrive in New Zealand, Lexus technicians pore over every aspect of them, making sure they're in tip-top shape. And then even reprogram the gauges and infotainment system to show everything in English, making them as New Zealand new as possible. In fact, they do such a good job at New Zealand-defying these cars that all the IS500s I've seen around, I didn't even realise were imports. I actually thought they were selling these brand new here in New Zealand. And even better, if you do buy an IS500, or you have any Lexus that's less than 10 years old for that matter, if you take it into Lexus and get it serviced, you'll get a 12-month warranty free of charge. So if you bought one of these 1 or 2 year old IS500s that they're bringing in and then serviced it at Lexus of Wellington every year, well, you'd basically get a 10-year warranty for free. That's excellent. So thanks very much to Lexus of Wellington for letting me review this IS500 today. If you've got a Lexus, definitely recommend getting it serviced at their dealer, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time.